Hello, hello. Sorry about that. I got delayed. Bad timing. Fix this real quick. Okay, that should work in a second. Also, I need to fix something. I was recording a line of dialogue yesterday, and I need to flip the audio back on. 1 second. Sound. I believe in Mass Effect 1 I had sound effects only at 10. I'll do 15. And music was at not that high. I think it was at 40. Okay. I actually started up Mass Effect 2 just to check the audio levels a little bit. And it's a little different. We might have an issue with Mass Effect. The cutscenes seem to have the reverse effect of Binary Domain, where they're too quiet. I turned the sound down to where the bullet firing isn't overpowering, but the sound effects in the cutscenes are now a little too quiet to hear. It's weird. Once again, a game that the audio settings aren't consistent across the board. But maybe it fixed itself. I don't know. Maybe it was a one-time thing. We'll see. Okay. So, Ken, welcome back. Thank you for resubbing at tier 2 for 11 months. Remnant, Dusky, thank you for the lurk. Okay. We are at the end of the game. We just escaped the Citadel. Today, I'm going to be beating Mass Effect 1. Doing what I consider to be my favorite endgame in the entire series. Look, I love the suicide mission. The suicide mission in Mass Effect 2 is great. It just has that cool action movie feel, teamwork feel, especially when you do it correctly and don't lose anybody. But there's just something about the ending of Mass Effect 1. It all coming together at the end, stopping Saren finally and learning about stuff on Ilos. I just really like it. Hey, I mean, is it kind of just like an information dump at the end? Yeah. Mass Effect 2's is more action. Mass Effect 1 is more I don't know, information, plot, story, feeling. Also, they each fit their own game's theme a lot better. This game obviously has action, but to me it's more discovery and tracking down Saren, while 2's it definitely feels more action-based. And again, they both kind of fit that. Alright. Unfortunately, we have one mission left we didn't do. I did the mission, but I forgot to turn it in, and I can't turn it in. So we forever have... It's going to show it. We forever have this mission. I can't go back to Pharos and inform Fidan that I destroyed the Geth transmitter because he's dead. And the save file I had to go back to fix that would have lost 2 hours. So I'm not doing that. I did the mission. If that mission carries over at all into 2, if anything, it just decides if Pharos Colony is saved or not. I did enough where it should be saved. We even got the message it was saved. I did the mission, I just did not turn it in for a reward. Hopefully that doesn't matter. It's gonna be the one thing I didn't do in the entire game. But here we are. Ilos. Of course. 1 second. No, never mind. I feel like they could have done a bit more with both Saren and Sovereign, but it's still very self-rewarding at the end. Yeah. It's just, like I said, Mass Effect 1 feels more like an overall experience, while 2 is literally just action. Which is fine. That's the kind of game it is. And then 3's, I mean, say what you will about 3's ending. The actual, act of taking back Earth at the end, pretty good. It's a pretty good feeling to it, but also a sense of urgency and doom. It's seeing Earth all messed up and seeing all the Reapers tear through our fleet. Ilos. Who do I bring to Ilos? I have to bring Liara, right? I feel unless I'm playing a jerk playthrough, I bring Liara. How could I not bring her to the Prothean planet? This is her lifelong dream. I would be such a jerk to not bring her. Also, she's good in a fight, and she knows what she's doing. She knows the Prothean stuff. Pretty sure Brock Shepard did not bring her because he's a jerk. If I had to guess, I probably brought Ashley, and I'm going to guess Rex.
Commander? We've got company.
Have their sensors picked us up yet?
Well, stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? No way we can make a drop in there.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone!
There is no other landing zone!
Everyone's yelling.
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option, it's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker,
I can do it.
gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
Joker gets a bit of a moment there. You know, I can do it. I like how everyone was yelling, and there were exclamation points because they're yelling. But Liara's exclamation point yell was just like her normal voice because it's so quiet. I mean, she's like that in 2 and 3 as well, but she definitely feels... She feels pretty menacing in 2. She has that kind of quiet, you know... Like, I don't know what this person's capable of kind of feel to her in 2. Now, again, I'm bringing Liara. There's no reason not to. Now, the question is, who else do I bring? I feel like I have to bring Garrus. I mean, I saved Ashley, but, you know, for later. But I gotta bring Garrus. This could be the start of our relationship, you know?
You two, keep moving inside now.
Almost got him. Imagine if we hadn't spent that few minutes arguing, we would have got him.
We have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There is no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found a way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We will have to find some way to get it up and running again.
Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, I wonder if they fixed an audio issue on Ilos. I don't hear it. There was an issue on the original Ilos on PC where there was this sound effect in the background that was incredible. Why is Liara randomly fighting a door? Okay, she's just excited to be here, that's all. But there was a random sound effect in the background that sounded like a heartbeat, and it was incredibly loud. And it was considered a sound effect, so I had to turn the sound effects all the way down. So the whole time on Ilos, I was shooting just nothing, because you couldn't hear anything. Come on, Liara, let's go. Oh yeah, I can try out my new, wow, they're fast. I can try out my new, Spectre weaponry. I have a Spectre sniper rifle. I have a Spectre shotgun, and I have a Spectre assault, wait, did I start that already? I said sniper rifle, shotgun, and assault rifle. Yeah, there you go. Now, yes, in the original Mass Effect, you could not use other weapons because they were awful. But in this version of the game, you can. You might not be able to make them better, but they're actually very usable. Like, I'm an infiltrator. I shouldn't be able to use an assault rifle, right? Not bad. I just can't have the ability for it, and I can't make it more accurate or more damaging. But it's still good. How's this shotgun work? Oh, wow. Pretty fast fire. Oh, that's right. I have explosive rounds on this. Oh, we're gonna have fun with this. You know the crazy thing about this shotgun? I'm gonna show everyone real quick. These give you 500% heat generation, and it's still allowing me to get 2 shots before it overheats. That is amazing. I'm gonna try something. Yeah. What if I have a sniper rifle that shoots explosive rounds? Let's try it. Let's just have some fun with this. Explosive round sniper rifle. What kind of damage can we do? Huh. Not as much as I thought. In the old game, in the old version of Mass Effect, if you shot the ground with this near an enemy, it would just send them flying. Let's see if it still does that. It doesn't. It did some damage, I think, but... Huh. Aw. It's not as ridiculous anymore. I could always try sledgehammer rounds. They could also be fun. It doesn't do any extra damage, but I think it's just going to be fun to see them go flying. Let's shoot something that isn't super big and see what happens. Ah. See if I can find something. It's okay. I'd rather just have some damage. So it seems like they toned down the explosive rounds. I'm not sure about the sledgehammer rounds. Let's try out the assault rifle. Oh, immunity ran out at a really bad time. I used it too early. It's very possible that immunity doesn't last as long as it used to. I remember being able to spam that ability and never die. Like, it was so good, it lasted so long, I could use it again before it ran out. They definitely either made it last not nearly as long, or upped the refresh time. I'm guessing it just doesn't last as long. That seemed pretty short. That's fine. That's a balance thing. It was kind of broken. If you were a soldier on Insanity and you had maxed out immunity plus the specialization one, you just wouldn't die. This sniper rifle is nice. It's a one-shot like I usually prefer most of the time. It's nice and powerful. Also, don't forget to look around a little bit. This is remastered, after all. Now, in Mass Effect 1, I don't know if they retconned this or not. This place, we know that Protheans built on a civilization before them, sometimes. I thought these were the actual Protheans, which is why I was very confused when the collectors ended up being, well, Protheans. And then what Javik looked like. But, maybe they're just old statues. What was the name of the race before the Protheans that was like the most powerful? It starts with I. Ew. Insinuan or something like that? I don't remember. I'm guessing that's who they are. But like I said, I don't know if that was retconned later or if that was always the case. I'm not sure. What is the button for vaulting in this game? Uh-oh. I don't know how to vault. That's a grenade. Oh. Did they actually take the one time? Like, that's the only time I ever vault in this whole game. Did they actually take that out of the game? I could go around. I think. Yeah. Oh! Kind of side-fightered that one. Anyway, how was everyone's Tuesday? I actually know what day it is. Again, my streaming schedule is about the only thing that keeps me remembering what day it is. Melon! You're in time for, Ilos. Nope. And as I've stated previously, I do not miss these Geth enemies. The rubber Geth, I don't miss them. They're creepy and they're annoying. I'm kind of glad they took them out of 2 and 3. Especially the fact that I'm a sniper, and especially since I can't seem to up my sensitivity on my controller. Also, because the Mako's shields were made better in this version of the game, the last run on Ilos will be a lot easier. I had an issue where when I was beating the game on Insanity...
This place still has power. It must be running off its own generator.
This must be the command center for the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after he went inside. We will have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we ever want to get inside that bunker.
Thank you, Liara. With the Mako shields being so much better, that run shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. But I think that is the case now, but I don't know if it was always the case, like when they were writing this game, or they just retcon it. Like, hey, we're gonna make the Protheans look like collectors. We always assume that the collectors look like they did because they were genetically modified, right? But I guess they're actually pretty close looking to Protheans. And then they were like, what about those statues we had? That'll be the other race that we had. I mean, it works either way. I don't mind it. Retconning stuff can work. Like, that makes... We're never told this is what a Prothean looks like. We just kind of assume that. Because we're on a Prothean planet with statues of these. Oh, yeah, I was going to mention that yesterday. There is a Okay. Again, spoilers are allowed here. We're playing a remaster, so... Like, they're fair game. The moment in 2 when you find out, like, one of the big reveals that the Protheans... That the Collectors are the Protheans, repurposed by the Reapers. The funny thing is, that can be spoiled for you already. There's a side quest you can do on a random planet in Mass Effect 2 before that mission, where you get another vision from a beacon of some kind, and it shows it shows some of the Protheans in the vision, and they look like Collectors. So the game itself actually spoils it for you if you do that side quest, and you're paying attention. To be fair, the first time through the game, you might not have noticed. I don't think I noticed the first time through. It's one of those details that's way easier to see after the fact. Like, when someone's like, oh yeah, you can see them as a... You can see that, and you're like, you go back and play it, and you're like, oh yeah, you're right. Because I was very surprised the first time I found out that. Like, I didn't know that was coming. Well, I guess I missed it. Oh, look at... Wow, this one's kind of... That was fine. Oh yeah, you can make armatures to help you fight. Eh, I'm an infiltrator. This be something I would do. See if this works. Yeah, eventually it does. I think there's 4 of them. Or did they take 2 of the... Or did they take the other 2 out to make this easy, to make this easier? Or harder, I should say. To not make the fight as easy. Well, here's the 3rd one. Maybe I missed the 4th one over there. Oh, yeah, I missed it. It's right here. I have 4 Geth armatures, and the fight's already over. Although, I don't know. Do more units show up here or not? It's kind of funny that you can play a game so many times but not remember, like, the little details. Do I still have to fight in that area after I'm done with this? I don't even remember.
Come, Saren already has a head start. We have to go find him before he reaches the conduit.
Unless he's already found it, then we're just walking into a trap.
That is a chance we will have to take.
Hold on. Something's happening.
Too late. Unable to... Invading fleets. No escape.
Sounds like some kind of message, but I don't recognize the language.
It is probably in Prothean. This recording must be 50,000 years old. No wonder we cannot understand it.
The message is all broken up, but I recognize some of the words. It's a warning against the Reaper invasion.
Of course. Between the beacons and the cipher, an understanding of the Prothean language would have been transferred into your mind.
Not safe. Seek refuge inside the archives.
What's it saying? Can you make out anything useful?
Vault Reapers. The Citadel. Overwhelmed. Only hope. Act of desperation. The conduit. All is lost.
There's something very unnerving about hearing, like, the last cries of a civilization as they're being attacked. Like, we're literally hearing the death of the Protheans.
It said something about the conduit, but it's too degraded to help. We should go.
Cannot be stopped. Cannot be stopped.
Also that. A civilization that was way more advanced than ours, saying we can't beat them. Oh, I need to mention something. The last couple of days, I've streamed an average of like 10 hours. It was like 12 hours, and then 12 hours, and yesterday was like 9.5. I realized I'm not drinking nearly as much as I should. I drank like half a bottle of water for each stream, so I'm going to force myself to, and I'm going to make it more of a challenge. To motivate a little more, keep it in my brain a little bit. Depending on the length of the stream, today I have 5 bottles of water sitting next to me. My goal is to drink all 5 during the stream. This is a 10-hour stream. 5 bottles of water in 10 hours is, I would say, pretty normal. 2 hours a bottle. But here's the challenge. At the end of the stream, for how many bottles I have left that I haven't drank, I am going to gift a sub. That is to motivate me to actually drink. So, I guess I better start now. This will also most likely lead to a bathroom break or two.
Hydrated.
But luckily, this game has a lot of cutscenes with dialogue. Perfect time to drink, right? If I was playing like a more action-y based game with no dialogue, it'd be harder to do that. Oh. Words. Arthen, Ouroboros, Thoihan, Zyph, and Zatel. Some of the races mentioned that were purged by the Reapers. Davik mentions Daitakur, Endorami, Sindril, and Vandamar. Luckily, they kind of made them easy to, like, those are fine. Sometimes when you do, like, sci-fi stuff, like when you're taking in, like, a sci-fi media, sometimes words are just kind of ridiculously complicated and convoluted. Those are fine. Trust me, if I can read them on the first attempt, for the most part, they're fine. Certain letter combinations mess with my brain. I'll look at it. I can see a name. Like, sometimes someone will join the chat, and their name will be, like, a combination of 2 words, and where those words combine, the letters just freak my brain out, and I'm trying to make them into 1 word, but I'm not realizing it's 2. Kind of like a muscle memory thing. And we're back out. I left 1 enemy. Tell the rest of your kind that Commander Shepard isn't to be messed with. You get to live. Maybe that's Legion. Oh, are we making this a canon thing? That's Legion. He's here to spy on the other Geth and Saren, and he's spying on us too. He picks up on our radar as an enemy because he's Geth, but we left him alone for some reason because he wasn't attacking us. Also,
I have spent my life studying the Protheans, but I never dreamed I would discover anything like this. This bunker might have been the last refuge of their entire species. Just imagine what mysteries it might hold. Imagine what secrets it might reveal.
Hey, try to remember why we're here. Saren, the conduit, the fate of the entire known galaxy.
I am sorry. I was swept up in the moment. I just hope we have the opportunity to study this place in detail after this is done.
I thought Saren would have set some kind of trap or ambush for us. They must have been in too much of it. What are all those things on the wall? Some kind of containers?
They look like stasis pods. The Protheans probably tried to keep themselves alive through cryogenic freezing. Something must...
Oh, there they are. Those little specks. Oh, and we're hearing the title screen music. Oh yeah, one of the other like kind of rules, two other rules of this my hydration challenge to get me to actually drink liquids. But at the end of the stream, I can chug some of it to, you know, limit the damage. But I've limited myself to 2 bottles total. That's it. Oh, I flipped. Yes, I did it. I wasn't even trying to. Mako flipped. Mission accomplished. Mako's stuck. Now, when you're on a flat surface flipped in the new game, you can just hold A to tip it over. But because I'm on a slight angle, I'm having issues. Well, this is fun. What? Come on. There we go. But the rule is I can't chug more than 2 bottles at once at the end. So if I have like 3 bottles left, I can only do 2. And that's if I want to. Drinking 2 bottles of water isn't very comfortable, but...
What is happening?
It's a trap. Saren must have set an ambush.
I do not think Saren is behind this.
The fact is, that's how I drink. Like on days I don't stream, I try to drink at least 5 bottles of water. I'll drink an entire bottle of water and then just not drink for 2 hours. And then do it again. And then do it again. And then do it again. That's just how I drink.
I have studied the Protheans for decades, but I have never felt this sense of foreboding. What will we find down there?
Whatever it is, we should be careful.
Ooh. Well, hey, Vigil.
You are not Prothean, but you are not machine either. This eventuality was one of many that was anticipated. This is why we sent our warning through the beacons.
Looks like some kind of VI program. Pretty badly damaged.
I do not sense the taint of indoctrination upon any of you. Unlike the other that passed recently, perhaps there is still hope.
This is incredible. An actual Prothean VI, and I can understand it.
I have been monitoring your communications since you arrived at this facility. I have translated my output into a format you will comprehend. My name is Vigil. You are safe here for the moment, but that is likely to change. Soon, nowhere will be safe.
Here, let me fix an issue that's going to happen later in the game where the Council still doesn't believe me, but the Reapers exist. Because Vigil doesn't work anymore. Let me access my Omni tool real quick. I'm going to hit the record button. There we go. That is something that was brought up by people in the past, and I do get that. This is the future. Look at all this cool tech we have. Are you telling me our suits can't record things? That is kind of the issue. Like when we saw Sovereign, like the meeting with Sovereign on Vermeer, all that kind of stuff. This, like, you're telling me we can't record stuff? We can do that now. But I guess they could argue that it was tampered with or fabricated. Who knows?
Are you some kind of artificial intelligence program?
I am an advanced non-organic analysis system with personality imprints from Kesad Aishan, Chief Overseer of the Ilos Research Facility.
Why did you bring me here?
You must break a cycle that has continued for millions of years. But to stop it, you must understand, or you will make the same mistakes we did. The Citadel is the heart of your civilization and the seat of government, as it was with us, and as it has been with every civilization that came before us. But the Citadel is a trap. The station is actually an enormous mass relay, one that links to dark space, the empty void beyond the galaxy's horizon. When the Citadel relay is activated, the Reapers will pour through, and all you know will be destroyed.
Good plan. The Citadel is awesome. Obviously, pretty much every cycle probably made it the center of their government, and then they come in and just take everyone out.
How come nobody ever noticed the Citadel was an inactive mass relay?
The Reapers are careful to keep the greatest secrets of the Citadel hidden. That is why they created a species of seemingly benign organic caretakers.
The Keepers.
The Keepers maintain the station's most basic functions. They enable any species that discovers the Citadel to use it without fully understanding the technology. Reliance on the Keepers ensures no other species will ever discover the Citadel's true nature. Not until the relay is activated and the Reapers invade.
I've mentioned that before too. The idea that we don't know how the Citadel works would drive me nuts. Like, if I lived on the Citadel or worked there, like, I get the Keepers do it for us, but, like, I like to know how stuff works. I'd always ask the question, like, what if the Keepers just stop working one day, and we don't know how to do this ourselves? You'd think there'd be at least one cycle with, like, super curious people who don't trust the Keepers, who would have dug further into the Citadel and maybe discovered it. But I guess not.
How do the Reapers survive out in dark space?
We have only theories. The researchers here came to believe the Reapers enter prolonged states of inactivity to conserve energy. This allows them to survive the thousands and thousands of years it takes for organic civilization to rebuild itself. But in this state, they are vulnerable. By retreating beyond the edges of the galaxy, they ensure no one will accidentally discover them. They keep their existence hidden until the Citadel relay is activated.
I also wonder if no one ever discovered the Reapers in their inert state. I mean, the premise of Mass Effect Andromeda is we send a bunch of people to a different galaxy. Obviously, the chance of us intersecting where the Reapers are is astronomically low. But I'm wondering if there was a cycle where people were, like, going out into, like the nothingness of space to look around, even after, like, generations of it. Wouldn't it be cool if, like, one cycle actually did discover the Reapers in their hiding spot? Of course, they probably didn't survive. I'm sure they have some kind of, like, warning system. Also, it is space. Remember that whole thing with the Mu relay? It's hard to find something that's just cold in space. If the Reapers are inert, they're probably just little more than, like, space debris. Although in the middle of dark space, I guess it would stand out because there's nothing else there. Doesn't seem very human of us not to want to understand. Maybe we do. Humans aren't in charge of the Citadel. Maybe if humans had found it first, maybe.
The Reapers can wipe out the Council and the entire Citadel fleet in a single surprise attack.
That was our fate. Our leaders were dead before we even realized we were under attack. The Reapers seized control of the Citadel, and through it, the mass relays. Communication and transportation across our empire were crippled. Each star system was isolated, cut off from the others. Easy prey for the Reaper fleets. Over the next decades, the Reapers systematically obliterated our people. World by world, system by system, they methodically wiped us out.
Some of you must have managed to survive.
Through the Citadel, the Reapers had access to all our records, maps, census data. Information is power, and they knew everything about us. Their fleets advanced across every settled region of the galaxy. Some worlds were utterly destroyed. Others were conquered, their populations enslaved. These indoctrinated servants became sleeper agents under Reaper control. Taken in as refugees by other Protheans, they betrayed them to the machines. Within a few centuries, the Reapers had killed or enslaved every Prothean in the galaxy. They were relentless, brutal, and absolutely thorough.
I don't understand. Where did the Reapers go after they conquered your people?
Our worlds were stripped bare, harvested by the indoctrinated slaves. Everything of value, all resources, all technology was taken. Certain that all advanced organic life had been extinguished, the Reapers retreated back through the Citadel relay into dark space, sealing it behind them. All evidence of the Reaper invasion had been wiped away. Only their indoctrinated slaves were left behind, abandoned. Mindless husks, no longer capable of independent thought, the indoctrinated soon starved or died of exposure. The genocide of the Protheans was complete.
Also, something Vigil mentions later, it takes a while to destroy an entire civilization. Yes, the Reapers are all powerful, but we saw in Mass Effect 3, the Reapers had been around for who knows how long. We don't know how much time takes place in the game. We know how much time takes place in between the games, but not during the game. I'd imagine a few months, maybe. And, I mean, Earth was still more or less intact. It was messed up, but it takes a while. Yes, the Reapers are powerful, but they can't do what they can. They can't do everything from orbit. They have to rely on, like, ground troops to kind of do, like, you know, the dirty work. That takes time. Also, the galaxy's a big place.
What do the Reapers get out of this? Why do they keep repeating this pattern of genocide over and over?
Good question.
The Reapers are alien, unknowable. Perhaps they need slaves or resources. More likely they are driven by motives and goals organic beings cannot hope to comprehend. In the end, what does it matter? Your survival depends on stopping them, not in understanding them.
I both love and hate that response. I hate it because I like to know stuff, and having the end of the game tell me we don't know what the Reapers are here for annoys me. But I also kind of like the vagueness of it. I don't know. I kind of liked the Reapers when they were unknown. We don't know why they're doing what they're doing. They're a threat. I mean, we learn what they do in 3, whether you like that or not. Whether you like their machine logic or not. It is kind of fun when they're just, don't know, they're just killing us.
You said you brought me here for a reason. Tell me what I need to do.
The conduit is the key. Before the Reapers attacked, we Protheans were on the cusp of unlocking the mysteries behind mass relay technology. Ilos was a top-secret facility. Here, researchers worked to create a small-scale version of a mass relay, one that linked directly to the Citadel, the hub of the relay network.
The conduit is not a weapon. It is a backdoor onto the Citadel.
How did you manage to stay hidden?
All official records of our project were destroyed in the initial attack on the Citadel. While the Prothean Empire came crashing down, Ilos was spared. We severed all communication with the outside, and our facility went dark. The personnel retreated underground into these archives. To conserve resources, everyone was put into cryogenic stasis. I was programmed to monitor the facility and wake the staff when the danger had passed. But the genocide of an entire species is a long, slow process. Years passed, decades, centuries. The Reapers persisted, and my energy reserves were dwindling.
How did you survive?
I began to disable the life support of non-essential personnel. First support staff, then security. One by one, their pods were shut down to conserve energy. Eventually, only the stasis pods of the top scientists remained active. Even these were in danger of failing when the Reapers finally retreated back through the Citadel relay.
There were hundreds of stasis pods out there. You just shut them down? You killed them?
Ready to see one of my very few bottom right choices? It was necessary. If he didn't do that, they're all dead, and we lose. The only reason we have a chance against the Reapers in this series is because the Protheans did what they did. And they didn't even do it to save themselves. The cool thing is the Protheans who were left did this to make sure another cycle could stop them. Kind of cool. I mean, they might have been motivated by revenge, but either way.
He couldn't let everyone die. Better to sacrifice some so others could live.
This outcome was not completely unforeseen. My actions were a result of contingency programming entered on my creation.
I bet they didn't tell the non-essential staff about this contingency.
I saved key personnel. When the Reapers retreated, the top researchers were still alive. My actions are the only reason any hope remains. When the researchers woke, they realized the Prothean species was doomed. There were only a dozen individuals left, far too few to sustain a viable population. Yet they vowed to find some way to stop the Reapers from returning, a way to break the cycle forever, and they knew the Keepers were the key.
Aren't they under the influence of the Reapers?
The Keepers are controlled by the Citadel. Before each invasion, a signal is sent through the station compelling the Keepers to activate the Citadel relay. After decades of feverish study, the scientists discovered a way to alter this signal. Using the conduit, they gained access to the Citadel and made the modifications. This time, when Sovereign sent the signal to the Citadel, the Keepers ignored it. The Reapers are trapped in dark space.
Which is kind of funny. But the Reapers don't age as we know it. They could just get here naturally. Although I always wondered, the signal that's sent to open up the Citadel, I wonder if that's also kind of their alarm clock. Like the Citadel opens up, whatever happens to be in dark space where they hide that links to it, what if that wakes up the Reapers? So rather than be like, okay, well, the signal didn't work, let's just take our time to get there. They're probably still asleep. Although I guess at some point they wake up, because at the end of Mass Effect 2, see what happens. Maybe when Saren was killed, it's in a signal. I wonder how they reacted to that. Like, oh, our Vanguard was killed. Oh.
Saren must have some plan to undo everything you did.
The one you call Saren will use the conduit to bypass the Citadel's defenses. Once inside, he will transfer control of the station to Sovereign. Sovereign will override the Citadel systems and manually open the relay, and the cycle of extinction will begin again.
Is there any way we can stop them?
There's a data file in my console. Take a copy when you go. When you reach the Citadel's master control unit, upload it to the station. It will corrupt the Citadel's security protocols and give you temporary control of the station. It might give you a chance against Sovereign.
Wait, where's the Citadel's master control unit? I've never heard of anything like that.
Through the conduit, follow Saren. He will lead you to your destination.
If the Reapers are trapped in dark space, how did Sovereign get here?
It is logical to assume the Reapers would leave one of their own behind after each extinction. A sentinel to pave the way for their inevitable return. Like those in dark space, Sovereign probably spent most of the last 50,000 years in a state of hibernation. Periodically, it would wake to analyze the situation. Keeping its existence hidden, it would evaluate the state of galactic civilization. And when the time was right, it would signal the Citadel and usher in the next Reaper invasion.
Remember to stay hydrated.
But this time the signal failed. The Keepers did not respond. Sovereign's allies were trapped in the void. Alone, it was forced to try and discover what had gone wrong.
And we have no idea how long he's been doing that, by the way. How long has Sovereign been trying to, like, how long has this cycle been delayed? How long has Sovereign been trying to figure out what to do? I want to say one of the comics or something talked about this. And I definitely got the point that Saren was not his first attempt at, like, having an agent help him. But I don't know exactly how long he's been doing this. I don't know if it's been 100 years, 200 years, I don't know. I also wondered, is it always Sovereign, or do they take turns? Do they draw straws and whoever gets the short one has to stay in the Milky Way? And it's just not fun.
Sovereign's the largest ship in the galaxy. Why all this secret? Why not just attack the Citadel?
Sovereign is not invincible. Revealing its true nature would have united the forces of every organic species against it. Even a Reaper couldn't survive such odds. But the Reapers are patient. They will not rush into the unknown. Sovereign could have been planning this for centuries, moving deliberately, gathering allies. Slowly, it has assembled the pieces of the puzzle, working through agents to keep itself hidden. Saren is the most visible pawn of the Reapers, but I doubt he was the first. Now Sovereign has grown bold. Whether from confidence or desperation, I cannot say, but it is determined to reopen the portal to dark space.
What about the beacon on Eden Prime? And the one on Vermeer? What were they for?
At our apex, the beacons spanned the breadth of our empire. We used them as a single galaxy-wide network to transmit data and communications rapidly from world to world. Virtually all the beacons were destroyed during the invasion, but once the Reapers were gone, the survivors here on Ilos decided to risk sending out a message. We knew it was unlikely there were other survivors, but if there were, we wanted them to know about Ilos. We wanted to give them hope, so a message was sent across the network.
Was risky.
You could have exposed yourself to the Reapers.
In truth, we didn't expect any of the beacons would still function, but we had to try. If there were survivors, we had to reach them. The message was meant for our own people. It was coded so only organic beings could interpret it. We still didn't understand the power of Reaper indoctrination. We never realized it could lead an agent of the machines, like Saren, to this world. But it has also led you here. So perhaps we did not fail after all.
Vigil does mention they don't fully understand indoctrination, but Javik seemed to. Javik even had a story about how he had to kill his own team because they were indoctrinated. But Ilos was isolated the entire war. Ilos didn't participate in the war at all. All they did was wait until the Reaper stuff was done, then sent the message out. Makes sense that people outside fighting would understand indoctrination, seeing it firsthand, but Ilos doesn't fully understand it. Maybe they didn't even know it was a thing for a while. Also, Ken, I haven't seen the Wookiee basket in a while.
So, when the Reapers created the Citadel, they created the Keepers as well?
A more likely scenario is that the Keepers were one of the early harvested civilizations, perhaps the very first. Perhaps they responded well to indoctrination, or the Reapers simply bred them to be obedient. In any case, they were left behind to operate and maintain the Citadel. But the Keepers are no longer directly controlled by Sovereign or its ilk. They evolved so that they only respond to the signals emitted by the Citadel itself. When the Protheans altered the Citadel's signals, they broke Sovereign's hold over the Keepers. Now, they are completely harmless.
Been a challenge to get time at night to come in and watch.
Sovereign must have realized organic races were difficult to control.
A likely hypothesis. The Keepers evolved in an unanticipated direction. Non-organic servants like the Geth would be more predictable.
True.
What happened to the survivors from the Conduit project?
They used the conduit to gain access to the Citadel, but the conduit is only a prototype. The portal only links in one direction, so they were trapped on the station. I do not know what became of them then. It is unlikely they found any food or water on the station. I fear they suffered a slow, grim death. I only know they succeeded in their mission to seal the relay. Your presence here proves their sacrifice was not in vain.
Which is cool to think about. Protheans are the reason why we can win. And the cool thing is, if you get the hidden ending of Mass Effect 3, the next cycle wins in the same way, because of the time capsule thing that Liara leaves, which is kind of nice.
Saren's got enough of a head start. Grab that data file and let's go.
Shepard, are you sure? Who knows how much longer Vigil will be here? Even now the projection is weak. This might be our only chance to speak with it, our only link to the knowledge of the Protheans. It is the opportunity of a lifetime.
Of course Liara would say that. The fact is, I already listened to everything, but...
It might know something useful.
I will provide whatever information I can. My data banks, however, are limited to information directly related to stopping the Reaper invasion.
And then I just do this.
I've got the file. Come on.
The one you call Saren has not reached the conduit. Not yet. There is still hope if you hurry.
I do it that way. So, oh, I got Renegade for that. Oh, come on. Is it really Renegade to say that? Like, I mean, it's better to do that and have survivors than not and everyone dies. Alright, team. Also, Ken, when you did the hydrate, since Garrus is on the team...
All their culture, all their advanced technology, and the Protheans were taken in by the Reapers just as we were. They failed.
The Protheans did not fail. They gave us a chance. It falls to us to make the most of it. So I suggest we hurry.
Yeah, whenever Garrus is in the party and someone does the hydrate, it freaks me out a little bit. Now I'm picturing Garrus with a constant water bottle, like, on his side. Like, here you go. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Garrus is now the hydration bot. I mean, we're romancing Garrus. He just cares. He wants to make sure we're nice and hydrated. Now, I've actually gotten stuck here before. In the original Mass Effect one time, I somehow flipped the Mako in combination with, like, this layout, and I completely got stuck and had to reload. And the autosave being what it is, I lost some progress. Speaking of that, I saved in midair. I'm sure that won't be a problem. While the Mako does feel a little better, like it feels heavier, not as wonky, it is still a little bit. Wow, that's an air there. Also, the boost is going to make that last attempt to get past all the enemies even better. In combination with the shields, shouldn't be a problem. Oh, there's a guy behind me. Didn't even see me. Too early. I think I just landed on it. Oh, we're taking damage now. Luckily, I have a ton of Metagel. Well, I mean, it is Metagel for the Mako. Omnigel. I miss Omnigel. I do like how there's a joke in the Shadowbroker DLC about it. Remember the good old days where we could just slather some Omnigel on stuff? I do feel like Shadowbroker was kind of like the... There is some humor in Mass Effect 2, but Mass Effect 3 definitely has more of it. And I feel like Shadowbroker's the point where that starts to happen. There's a lot of banter in the Shadowbroker DLC that's just funny. And that feels more like Mass Effect 3 writing to me. Which I guess makes sense considering they were probably working on 3 while that was, you know, being made. Or at least a little bit after it. Since I'm sure the Shadowbroker DLC came out maybe like a year after 3 came. I don't know the release date, but Shadowbroker DLC was one of the last ones that came out. It's also one of the best. I mean, I would say Shadowbroker DLC is the best Mass Effect 2 DLC. Overlord's pretty good too. As are the Zaid and Kasumi DLC, just because it gives you a new teammate. Whether you like their missions or not, or even their characters, something giving me another teammate, I'm always going to rank pretty high. Also, Kasumi's mission's fun.
There, the conduit. It's incredible.
We don't have time to admire the view. We have to get through that relay, and these Geth aren't going to make it easy on us.
I wonder if they're going to make the time less on the clock because we have a boost now. Ooh. Now, I had a mod installed when I played this the last couple times that made the textures better, but not in the pre-rendered cutscenes. So, see how this looks. Imagine being on one of these ships and seeing this. A giant ship that you don't know what it is comes out of the relay along with like hundreds of Geth ships. The funny thing is the council said they were ready. They said that if Saren attacked the Citadel directly, he'd be dumb, and they were ready.
Activate the defenses. Seal the station.
Do they look ready?
Moving. Systems not responding. Abandon the Citadel. Evacuate the Council. Citadel Control. Citadel Control. Do you copy?
And go. But yeah, when I played this on Insanity, this took so many tries. I just got lucky.
Hang on.
The shields went down so fast. Ah, no problem. To the Citadel we go.
Critical failures detected across all monitored systems. Please begin emergency evacuation procedures.
So that's what this thing was the whole time. I think we missed talking to Avina about it. They didn't know what it was. Like, is it a monument to the relay system? Cool to think is, how many things were actually added to the Citadel every time? I think the Reaper sent indoctrinated troops in to clear things out. This is new. This was built after the Protheans were destroyed and the Reapers left. That's why it's still here. I'd imagine during a cycle, they might send troops in here and just clear out everything personal. Like any sense of like different cultures living here is probably just destroyed. Oh, can't hurt him yet.
Evacuation procedures. This is not a drill. The Presidium is experiencing severe system malfunctions across the entire level. All non-emergency personnel must evacuate immediately.
I like that she randomly goes backwards sometimes.
Give me a rundown of the damage.
We have lost all primary power to the level. Environmental controls are not responding. Class 3 fires are burning in sectors 2, 3, 6, and 7. Civilian casualties are high. I am also detecting numerous unauthorized synthetic life forms throughout the station. They are believed to be hostile. Please approach with caution.
What happened to the Council?
In accordance with standard emergency procedures, the Council has been evacuated to the Destiny Ascension.
What about Captain Anderson and Ambassador Udina? What happened to them?
Well, what about Anderson?
I have no information on the status of specific individuals. Once the current crisis has been resolved, a complete accounting of casualties and survivors will begin.
Like, where's Captain Anderson? Is he okay? It's Anodina, I guess.
Where's Saren?
Former Spectre agent Saren Arturius is nearing the vicinity of the Council chamber. A warrant has been issued for his arrest, though Citadel security is unable to respond at this time.
Come on! We need to stop Saren before it's too late!
Please begin emergency evacuation procedures.
Go.
This is not a drill. Critical failure.
The fact that the end run in the Citadel takes place like outside the elevators, like on the wall going up, and you're running towards Saren or Sovereign the whole time is great. I'm looking forward to seeing that in the remaster. Just like seeing Sovereign like up at the top moving around. I still say that that is not him doing that. Like, he's frustrated, but it's like Sovereign. He's just like, stupid keepers. Shoot them. Oh, here we go.
The Citadel's closing. They're sealing the station.
Don't let the enemy ships inside the arms.
You guys are so laughably outmanned and outgunned. Well, not outmanned, but... Well, I mean, there are tons of Geth, but... And this is the biggest insult I could ever think of in terms of this combat. He doesn't even care. He doesn't even shoot them. He just goes through them. It doesn't matter. Obviously, Sovereign's a big help here, and they didn't think that he'd be that advanced. They thought he was just a Geth ship. But I still think that I don't know, they keep saying that they're ready for a head-on assault if Saren attacks, but they weren't ready. Sovereign hasn't even fired his Reaper laser once. Like he can't be bothered. Assuming control.
Saren's locked the elevator! Suit up! We're going outside!
Since the arms were closed, all the arms are where the buildings are. Like, all those lights are just buildings and people and transports and, you know, everything. When it's closed, now we're just... everything you see on the outside of the walls is just civilization. And it's huge. Ah, there we go. Hey, Sovereign. Well, this is it. The last run to Saren. Yes. Huh. There's no music right now either. Just sound effects. Oh, I keep forgetting I have that ability mapped. Come on. Oh! Good job, Garrus. I'm assuming that was you. Yep. Once again, Garrus using the sniper rifle. Finally. It looks like in the remaster, when you tell someone to use a weapon, they tend to remember it. Unlike the first game where I catch my teammates using the dumbest stuff. Like in the original Mass Effect, where... I don't know how AI use weapons they can't normally use, but it's got to be bad, right? I don't know how many times I caught someone like Kaidan or Liara using an assault rifle. Ooh, we got a Geth Destroyer and a Krogan. Yeah, this sniper rifle does a ton of damage. Oh, Moonwalking Krogan. And he killed Garrus in one hit. Yeah, he'll be fine. Uh-oh. Just another reason why biotics are super powered in this game. At this point in the game, if you lift anybody, they're pretty much dead. They have nowhere to go. They just go flying off the level. There he goes. I guess it depends on where they might land. No, he's dead. It's funny this game has a better cover system than it used to, but I'm still not using it. I'm just used to playing this game like this. I don't use cover. I just stand out in the open and fire. When I get to 2 and 3, you have to use cover.
Shields down.
Even on easier difficulties in 2 and 3, you will die quickly if you're not behind cover. But the layout of the levels are nicely designed, where you pretty much always have cover available.
I'm okay.
Did you die again, Garrus? Here, I will heal him.
Charlie Charging up.
Oh. Soldier. Kill 1,000 enemies in Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3. I already got that achievement in the first game. And it sounds like it's accumulative between all 3. If I did care about achievements anymore, and I had this on Xbox, the achievements are actually a lot more friendly in 1 than they used to be. And 2 and 3s were never that bad. Hell, I enjoy getting achievements in certain games. I mean, that's the point. Obviously, it's, sometimes achievements can be annoying, but I mean, part of the fun is, well, doing it. And I used to be big into them. I never cared about trophies, although I did go for all the achievements in Final Fantasy X when it came out. What is happening with you? We're pretty close now. Uh-oh. Please kill him. It's alright. Anyone got any abilities to use? Hi. Oh. Luckily, those are some very slow rockets. Hi. Let's do this from back here. It's nice and safe. Oh, I didn't know the other one was already shooting at me too. Yep, I still can't vault. It looks like, if I'm not getting the controls right, I mean, it's on me, but it looks like you can't vault in this game anymore. Maybe there's a control for it on the keyboard, but I can't find it on the controller. Alright. I believe that's all the turrets, and we still have a few Geth around. And a random Geth behind us. Geth were a little too tall for that.
All targets down.
You know, the number one takeaway I can make from the new combat system is sniper rifle is awesome. It's so useful. And powerful. And no longer does, you know, this after you shoot. Was that the last enemy?
Negative contact, Shepard.
Now, can we convince Saren to do the right thing, or do we have to fight him? I think I can convince him. I think if you do the Paragon or Renegade choice the first time you meet him on Vermeer, and do it again here, it works.
Now it gets fun.
Oh yeah, there's enemies in here too. Oops. He ducked. The artificial intelligence are learning. Remember that whole thing about the Geth being smarter when there's more around? I wonder if that'd be a mechanic you could put in a game where when there's like an army, when there's like 50, 20 Geth on the battlefield when you're fighting them, they start to do tactics like flanking and they have better aim. And the more you kill, the dumber they get. They start just standing out in the open. They're not aiming as well.
Now I'm ready.
Of course, Legion's different. Legion has like over 1,000 Geth beings, I guess, in himself, so he's always at that level. Green Goblin time.
I was afraid you wouldn't make it in time, Shepard.
In time for what?
The final confrontation. I think we both expected it would end like this. You've lost. You know that, don't you? In a few minutes, Sovereign will have full control of all the Citadel systems. The relay will open. The Reapers will return.
I've still got a few tricks up my sleeve.
You survived our encounter on Vermeer, but I've changed since then. Improved.
One down.
Sovereign has upgraded me.
You're dumb.
You let Sovereign implant you? Are you insane?
I suppose I should thank you, Shepard. After Vermeer, I couldn't stop thinking about what you said. About Sovereign manipulating me. About indoctrination. The doubts began to eat away at me. Sovereign sensed my hesitation. I was implanted to strengthen my resolve. Now my doubts are gone. I believe in Sovereign completely. I understand that the Reapers need organics. Join us, and Sovereign will find a place for you, too.
Sovereign's controlling you through your implants. Don't you see that?
The relationship is symbiotic. Organic and machine, intertwined. A union of flesh and steel. The strengths of both, the weaknesses of neither. I am a vision of the future, Shepard. The evolution of all organic life. This is our destiny. Join Sovereign and experience a true rebirth.
Anyone who's beaten Mass Effect 3 and done all the endings, does that sound familiar to you? I mentioned when I beat Mass Effect 3 both times. The ends of Mass Effect 3 are Destroy, which is what Anderson wants to do, Control, which is what the Illusive Man wants to do, and Synthesis. Synthesis is mentioned by the AI child of being the destiny of organics. Like, it's like the inevitable evolution of organics. That's what Saren just said. He just said the melding of machine and man, and the evolution, like the correct like evolution of organics and the future of us. He's right. I mean, Synthesis is my usual ending because it actually fixes the problem. The other two really don't. But the funny thing is, it's kind of what Saren's talking about right now. I wonder if they thought about that when they were writing it. When they did the Synthesis ending, I wonder if they were like, hey, Saren was right.
Sovereign hasn't won yet. I can stop it from taking control of the station. Step aside and the invasion will never happen.
We can't stop it. Not forever. You saw the visions. You saw what happened to the Protheans. The Reapers are too powerful.
Some part of you must still realize this is wrong. You can fight this.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there is still a chance for... The implants. Sovereign is too strong. I'm sorry. It is too late for me.
It's not over yet. You can still redeem yourself.
Goodbye, Shepard. Thank you.
I was going to ask which one of my teammates will shoot him in the head out here. It's going to be Garrus. No question. I always find it awkward when I bring certain characters. Like if I brought Kaidan and Liara, who is going to be the one that goes over and shoots him right in the head? I think I've done that before, and I want to say it's Liara. Which means, like, if every character has, like... I want to see, like, the hidden math of this. If every character has, like, that kind of, like, action quotient, I guess that means Kaidan's is the lowest. Because if Liara beats him to it, I guess that means Kaidan's, like, badass quotient is 0. Are any of us surprised? He's too nice of a person.
Vigil's data file worked. I've got control of all systems.
Quick, open the station's arms. Maybe the fleet can take Sovereign down.
See if you can open a communications channel.
The Destiny Ascension. Main drives offline. Kinetic barriers down 40%. The Council is on board. I repeat, the Council is on board.
Normandy to the Citadel. Normandy to the Citadel. Please tell me that's you, Commander.
I'm here, Joker.
We caught that distress call, Commander. I'm sitting here in the Andura sector with the entire Arcturus fleet. We can save the Ascension. Just unlock the relays around the Citadel and we'll send the cavalry in.
Are you really willing to sacrifice human lives to save the Council, Shepard?
This is bigger than humanity. Sovereign is a threat to every organic species in the galaxy.
The Council must be sacrificed for the greater good. Don't waste your reinforcements. Hold them back until the Citadel arms open up. Save the human fleet to attack Sovereign.
What's the order, Commander? Come in now to save the Ascension, or hold back?
I mentioned I'm going to play this like I would. Right? I did. I mentioned I'm going to play this how I would play this. In the world of Mass Effect, this is the choice that I make. Dropping off your car for a needle inspection. I did mine last week. It passed, because I hardly used it for the last year. And yeah, Melon, how is work going? You sound busy, but is it good? As tempted as I am to save the Council, because I'm doing a mostly Paragon run as it is. Fact is, my next character is going to be a Renegade character. Which means I'd let the Council die. Like, you know, Renegade. Which means, if I do what I would do personally, and I sacrifice the Council for the greater good, the next playthrough, I'm also going to do that. Well, I'm going to say let the Council die, but... So we'd have two different playthroughs with the same choice. I don't know if I want that. For the sake of the remaster, I'm tempted to save them. Like, any differences, right? Like, this playthrough, if I save them, the next playthrough I kill them. They're differences. I like that. It's fun to play through Mass Effect doing all the different choices. I would pick let them die. I would. Oh, I'm so torn here. I would pick this. But I feel like I should do this to have, like, we can see, like, the two different outcomes. I've mentioned in the past that when I think of decisions I've made in this game, it's getting closer and closer to a coin flip. Like, killing the Rachni was like, I'm never going to kill the Rachni Queen. Then it was like, I can see why killing the Rachni Queen might be necessary, but I'm still not going to do it. And then it was like, I don't know. maybe I've backpedaled on this a little bit. I've always said this is the better choice. In hindsight, we don't know. What if we lost too many human ships and we couldn't beat Sovereign? We lose. But on the flip side of that, if the Reapers are real and they're coming, we need all the help we can get. And keeping the Council intact will give humanity a lot of respect in the alien community. And plus, having the Council owe us one could be very important. The new Council you'd think would owe us one based on the fact we gave them a job, but we know in hindsight they suck. So, also, we're not just saving the Council. We're also saving the Destiny Ascension, the flagship of the Citadel. Also could be very handy to have later. I'm just saying. I still feel like this might be the best tactical choice. But after thinking about it, I see why this would be a decent option tactics-wise for the long term. And I'm definitely picking this in my Renegade playthrough. So, just for the sake of differences. Yeah. Plus, the last playthrough I did of this game, we let the Council die. We haven't seen the Council in a while. Also, if you let the Council die, they don't appear in 2. Only in 3. I'm going to save them. Just for the record, though, if I was in this position, I would probably still pick this. But I see the benefit of doing this more than I used to, I think. Yeah, I'm saving him. I think it's more in line with this character. How I've been playing it.
Opening the relays now, Joker. We need to save the Ascension no matter what the cost.
I hope you know what you're doing, Shepard.
I'm not saving him because I'm their friends. I'm not saving them because I feel like they should be saved over other people.
Ascension.
I'm saving them because it's handy to have them owe us a favor. And they'll be more stable for the galaxy.
Commander, we're picking up reinforcements.
It's the Alliance. Thank the goddess.
And we're taking casualties, but...
Destiny Ascension, you are all clear. Repeat, you are all clear.
The Citadel's opening. All ships move in. Concentrate on Sovereign.
Plus, I love that scene. Make sure he's dead.
Make sure he's dead.
Please. And there's no question here that Garrus is going to be one to shoot him in the head. I feel like Rex would be the top. Like if it was Rex and Garrus, I feel like Rex would do it. Because he's Rex. I've mentioned before that when you...
He's dead.
When you save your teammates because you care about them as characters, as people, like, obviously your teammates are very powerful assets. But a Paragon Shepherd will save your teammates because you care about them. You could also save your teammates because you care about their abilities. Kind of like what I'm doing with the Council here. I'm not saving them because of who they are. I'm saving them because they could be useful. Hey, my old host alert. I do kind of want to bring those back in some form. Kind of miss them. Assuming direct control.
I am sovereign, and this station is mine.
He's just taking a nap. He's very tired. Man, sniper rifle's kind of annoying in this fight, isn't it? Moving around too much. God, biotics are so strong in this. Also, was this cover always here? Or was this introduced because the game is more cover-friendly now? There's also ads. That wasn't a thing before.
Bring it on.
Saren? Oh, I think he was stasis. I was wondering, what is happening? I'm just gonna shoot him while he's having, I don't know what's happening to him. Alright. This is such a cool scene. And shows you how powerful the Reaper is. We're doing nothing.
Sovereign's too strong! We have to pull back! Negative. This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
Yeah, that's a benefit that the mods didn't have. Better cutscenes.
This should slow him down.
Good cover.
My shields are down.
Alright, Saren. There we go. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I have Assassinate as well. I'm not used to having Assassinate be awesome in this. It's powerful, but it also cools down your weapon immediately. It's almost dead. Well, so is Garrus. Garrus, get back up. Yeah.
Its shields are down. Now's our chance.
Hit it with everything we got.
And we get to see the Normandy actually shoot. I think the only time in the game we ever see them shoot.
Hard on my flank. We're going in.
This is the moment that Shepard earns the respect and maybe even say fear of the Reapers.
Go!
We killed one. How often does that happen? After every cycle that's happened, how many Reapers do you think have died? Who knows how old Sovereign is as well? Remember, Reapers are an entire species. That's all that's left of them. We could have just finished off a species, DNA-wise, that is 1,000,000 years old. And I say DNA-wise because they're already gone. Officer Lang!
Captain Anderson, we found them! They're in here!
Take it easy. It's over. You're safe now. Where's the commander?
Wonder if Shepard's just hiding around the corner waiting for a dramatic entrance. She's just waiting for the music cue. I wonder if the smile is as awkward as it was in the original. That's better. Maybe it's just male Shep face, but the smile was always a little awkward to me.
Ambassador, Captain, Commander Shepard. We have gathered here to recognize the enormous contributions of the Alliance forces in the war against Sovereign.
Many humans lost their lives in the battle to save the Citadel. Brave and courageous soldiers who willingly gave their lives so that we, the Council, might live.
There is no greater sacrifice, and we share your grief over the tragic loss of so many noble men and women.
The Council also owes you a great personal debt, Commander, one we can never repay. You saved not just our lives, but the lives of billions from Sovereign and the Reapers.
Commander Shepard, your heroic and selfless actions serve as a symbol of everything humanity and the Alliance stand for.
And though we cannot bring back those valiant soldiers who gave their lives to save ours, we can honor their memories through our actions.
Humanity has shown it is ready to stand as a defender and protector of the galaxy. You have proved you are worthy to join our ranks and serve beside us on the Citadel Council.
Consular, on behalf of humanity and the Alliance, we thank you for this prestigious honor and humbly accept.
We will need a list of potential candidates to fill humanity's seat on the Council.
Given all that has happened, I am sure your recommendation will carry a great deal of weight, Commander. Do you support any particular candidate?
See, calculated decision. They owe me one. And I just, like, raised humanity's reputation by a lot. Well, we know in the end, Anderson pretty much quits, like any sane person would. But I'm still going to say Anderson.
We need someone with the courage to stand up for what he believes in. Someone like Captain Anderson.
Him? You must be joking. Anderson prefers to let his fists do the talking.
Only with you, Ambassador. Only with you.
Are you sure about this, Commander? The captain's a soldier, not a politician.
I almost want to pick this. Normally I say that's the point, but I'm just going to be like, man, I'm not picking you. The funny thing is, I've mentioned there are certain decisions in this game I'll make regardless of whether I'm Paragon or Renegade, whatever version I'm playing. One is, I always have Anderson punch Udina. And two, I never pick Udina, except the Brock playthrough because I just found it funny. And Brock would too. Like, Brock hates Udina as well, but he just found it funny to put someone like him in charge. I'll be more diplomatic about it. That's the point.
We've already got too many politicians on the Citadel. The captain would be perfect for this job.
I think it's an inspired choice. The Council would welcome him with open arms, should he accept.
I'm honored, Counselor. As humanity's representative, I'll do everything in my power to help the Council rebuild.
Sovereign's defeat marks the beginning of a new era for both humanity and the Council.
Yeah, when I bring that up next time, new era, we have dismissed that claim.
Sovereign was only a vanguard. The Reaper fleet is still coming. Hundreds of ships, maybe thousands. And I'm gonna find some way to stop them.
Anderson's speech.
Shepard's right. Humanity is ready to do its part. United with the rest of the Council, we have the strength to overcome any challenge. When the Reapers come, we must stand side by side. We must fight against them as one. And together, we will drive them back into dark space.
Ah, they kept the picture. Don't know why the music's a little lower than normal. I'm going after Balak. Like, that's the first thing on my list. I'm going after Balak. Ah. Well, that was Mass Effect 1 Remaster. On to 2. So, YouTube, this is the end of the Mass Effect Legendary Edition run, but 2 will be coming up.